cars got from Wessex blades. So that was a quick snapshot of the new motor. It's a V-dub Touran. I had 300 quid to play with, so I'm either getting one of those cars that go in as a trade-in, or I did the best that I possibly could with a car loan. And what the guy at the garage did was he pitched the loan at a first offer at only 300 quid plus Tesco's with overtime, because obviously I've only been in doing the blades as a sole trader since December, so I haven't got 2 years on the books. So without taking into account my wife's wages or the blade wages, he just pitched it a 300 quid deposit, and it came back approved. So I just went for it. It's simple as anything. So what that means is, what I'm trying to do, obviously, because it wasn't something I was envisaging taking on was a loan, but trying to exist on one car, you can just imagine yourself. My dad said, "Well, yeah, it'd be alright, just go on one car." It's not really an option in today's society. There's no bus routes or anything to get me to Tesco's and then back, and then Jasmine to school, and funny little runaround systems like that. So I had to get a car, but let's try and get as good as I possibly can. It's the way it is. So once a month, what I'm going to try and do, on top of everything else, is do 1 or 2 blades, and you'll see literally it'll say car fund. Okay, because somehow I got to convert time into getting this car paid as I'm going. If you work it out per week, 160 is like I got to earn £40 a week extra to what it is. So on top of what I'm doing with trying to get through the backlog, every now and again I'm going to try and do something. Sorry to the guys on the waiting list, but I got to generate something else in order to fund this motor, because I don't want to say I bit off more than I can chew, but I went for it. I got the best thing I could possibly see in that garage, and they went okay with a loan, so I just grabbed it. So there was a few funny stories with it. When it was advertised, there was a RAV4 Toyota thing, and we had a look at it, but what happened was, the time I looked at the boot, it was some barn door thing. So what happened was, you open it up and you can just imagine yourself in a car park, 5-foot sheet of metal coming out, decided against it, and he had this Touran. Now I'd seen it on the internet on his website, and I'd seen it in the paper, I think he had it as, and the mileage he had is 96,000. Now on a 1600 engine, that ain't too bad. So we had a look at it. So it was in the paper at 96,000. He had it on the ticket in the window on a little board all filled out with his permanent marker on the sort of white clean thing, and it was 96,000. He got in it, he started it up, he drove it over to the thing, and he put 5 litres of petrol, because we were going to take a drive around the block in it. So he sat in it again and he started it up. And I got in it, I turned the ignition on. It was 69,000. So somewhere on the line, he had a dyslexic moment. So I kept my mouth shut, as it were. And when all the things were sorted out, I went to the odometer. I swear that was 69. You went, what is it? So he went back out. Oh no, it was 96. He says, looking at the ticket on the window. I said, no, the actual odometer, the speedo thing. He sat down there and he was trying to trip this trip meter. Could have charged another £1,000 for that. So I think the fact that the mileage was low might have helped out with the loan, and I got a warranty company banging on my door asking me to go to platinum cover because the mileage is so low. It's not often I find something like that it went in my favour. So instead of having, I think the strange price that it was 3,471 or something, it was the price. I bet they just typed it into some car quote website, and it spat out this price. Whereas if he'd have chucked 69,736 in, it probably would have been about 3.8. So, in terms of the extra you pay on the loan, I ain't that bad off at the moment, because the mileage on it is pretty low. It's only just in the last hour gone over into 70,000. So yes, I got myself a 7-seater V-Dub 1600. There's a few funny things about it. It's one of these new ones now without the spare wheel, but you get a compressor and a bunch of gunk or something. I don't know. So I'm scanning the road, making sure there's no glass everywhere. But that's the way things are now, isn't it? No spare wheel. So I'll get the truck next time, I think. But in terms of getting as much as I could with I had 300 quid to play with. And of course it was 6 months tax, so I'm on a bit of a scrabble this month, but it should be fine. But every now and again you'll see something and it'll go car fund, and it's a chance for me to try and cover the cost of what the loan is this month, and an opportunity for someone to pick something up without necessarily having to put a deposit on it and wait. Obviously you won't be able to choose the specs, the metal, the blade, the grind, or whatever. It's just literally I've picked something. If I'm doing Danelaws this week, there's 2 Danelaws. I think it's Camille, and someone else, they want Danelaws, so I'm doing 2 Danelaws. So if I'm crafty, I'll do 3. Do you see what I mean? I get the production efficient. I think after that it could be a couple of Merlins, and then after that it could be I think there's a Golok and a Berserker or something. So the plan this week is I've got a couple of Kydex jobs, and I'll do 3 Danelaws. And rather than everybody start clamouring for the one, it's on offer when it's on offer, if that makes sense. Because as a starter for 10, as it were, when the thing says car fund, that's when I'll do the vid, and that's when I'll be ready and willing to accept sort of emails and offers and deposits on what that is, and then cover it for the next couple of days before I post it out. That sort of idea. So thanks for your support. I've gone for it in a big way, but there's no way I'd have made it on one car. It was a nightmare walking here to walking there, trying to get Jazz to and from school. Nah, in the 50s we'd have got away with it, but not in this day and age. So thanks for your support. Scott from Wessex Blades. It's got a VW.